Sup guys, it's Alex here, and today we have the preseason NCAA tournament bracketology. I know I made a video back in April talking about the way too early 2018 NCAA tournament bracketology. Well, Joe Lunardi just came out with one a couple days ago from August 17th. Now I'm going to go ahead and make a bracket for it. I already did. I'm going to go ahead and give out my predictions for it. Now, none of these will probably end up being true or what's going to happen because nobody knows what's going to happen during the season. Nobody would have predicted South Carolina to make it to the Final Four. Nobody would have predicted a lot of the stuff that happened last year. So let's go ahead and go into it. This is just going to be for fun. As always, I'm going to put the link in the description for you guys to vote so you guys can go ahead and do whatever you want with this. It's going to be a good time. So let's go ahead and start off. Duke's going to beat the winner of Norfolk State and St. Francis. That's pretty obvious. I think Vanderbilt's going to beat SMU there. Gonzaga is going to beat Princeton, Minnesota, and Richard Pitino. They've been doing pretty good recently. They're building up that program. They're going to beat Bucknell. Now, this was a surprise. They say that Missouri is going to be an 11 seed and have to play in a play-in game. Now, if you don't know, Missouri has one of the top 10 classes in the class of 2018 or 2017, whatever this coming year is. They have Michael Porter Jr. coming. They just got his brother, and they have a couple of other good recruits coming in. I'm surprised that Joe Lunardi put him at an 11 seed, but I can see why, because I think Northwestern's going to beat them. I don't know how that team's going to gel very well. They might be good in a couple of years if Michael Porter decides to stay, which everybody knows he's not, but I think Northwestern's going to continue their make their second NCAA tournament. They make their second NCAA tournament and then win that game. Then West Virginia is going to beat everybody's favorite underdog, Florida Gulf Coast. Virginia Tech's going to beat Rhode Island. Villanova as a 2 seed is going to beat South Dakota. Then Kentucky as a 1 seed is going to beat Fairfield. Virginia is down to an 8 seed. I'm kind of surprised by that, but I think they'll beat TCU. St. Mary's will beat UT Arlington. USC, they've been a program on their rise. They were able to upset SMU this past tournament. They're going to win there. I think Alabama, another program on the rise. Avery Johnson's turning around that program and he's going to be putting Alabama in the tournament for years to come. I think they're going to upset Baylor there. And then Wichita State's going to beat Oakland. Michigan's going to beat Providence, and Louisville's going to beat Loyola Chicago. Arizona is going to beat Texas Southern. Texas is going to beat Creighton. Purdue is going to beat Vermont. Miami, Florida is going to beat New Mexico State. Seton Hall is going to beat Nevada. Notre Dame is going to beat UNC Asheville. I think Iowa State's going to beat Wisconsin there. Florida is going to beat Long Beach State. Kansas is going to beat the winner of Idaho and Lamar. I think Florida State's going to beat Oregon there. Then Middle Tennessee is going to upset Xavier. Then Cincinnati's going to beat Belmont there. I thought about going with the underdog there, Belmont, but I ended up going with Cincinnati. Then UCLA, I think, is going to fall to the winner of Maryland and Texas Tech, which I think would be Texas Tech. Then North Carolina is going to beat Furman. Then Butler is going to beat Oklahoma. Michigan State, as a 2 seed, is going to beat Kent State with Miles Bridges leading the pack. And then Duke, I don't think I mentioned this whenever I first went through. They just got the number 1 recruit, Marvin Bagley. He's going to be bringing this program to new heights. I think that they might end up winning this bracket, but let's go ahead and see what happens. Duke's going to beat Vandy. I think Minnesota is going to beat Gonzaga. And then West Virginia is going to beat Northwestern. Villanova is going to beat Virginia Tech. Kentucky is going to beat Virginia. USC is going to beat St. Mary's. I think Alabama is going to upset Wichita State there, move on to the Sweet 16 as an 11 seed, and then a rematch of last year. The exact same seeds, Louisville as a 2 seed, Michigan as a 7 seed, but I think this year Louisville's going to end up pulling out the victory there. Arizona and Texas, Arizona's going to get that one. I think Purdue will beat Miami, Florida. Notre Dame will beat Seton Hall, and Florida would beat 10 Iowa State. Kansas will beat number 9 Florida State. I think Middle Tennessee is going to upset Cincinnati there as the 4 seed. North Carolina is going to beat Maryland. The defending champions will move on there. And then Michigan State's going to beat 7 seed Butler. Duke will beat Minnesota. West Virginia will beat Villanova. Kentucky will beat USC. Then I really want to go with Alabama. They're moving on to the Elite Eight. I really want to, but I'm going to have to go with Louisville there. Their Cinderella run's going to come to an end. Arizona will beat Purdue. I think Notre Dame will beat Florida. Kansas will beat Middle Tennessee. Middle Tennessee's Cinderella run is going to come to an end there. And then Miles Bridges will lead Michigan State past the defending champions, North Carolina. Then in the Elite Eight, for a chance to make it to the Final Four, I think Duke is going to beat West Virginia. And a huge rivalry game here to move on to the Final Four, high stakes. I think Kentucky, with their huge recruiting class that comes in every year, will end up beating Louisville. Then Arizona will beat Notre Dame. And then I think Michigan State's actually going to sneak in there as a 2 seed and make the Final Four. And so in the Final Four, I'm a Kentucky fan, but I think that Duke is going to end up winning that one right there. And then I think Arizona as a 1 seed versus the 2 seed Michigan State. I really like the 2 seed Michigan State moving on here. So in the national championship game, we have 1 seed Duke with Marvin Bagley leading the charge, and then we got the 2 seed Michigan State Spartans with Miles Bridges leading the charge. I really want to go with Michigan State here. They're my second favorite team. Oklahoma State's my third, but I think I'm going to have to go with Duke. As much as it pains me to be a Kentucky fan, I think that they're setting themselves up very well for the future. I think that they're going to pull out the victory there in the national championship. So there is my bracket. I will go ahead and put this link in the description for you guys to go ahead and vote. I know that this is going to be absolutely crazy because you guys can do whatever you want with this. That basically has no impact on the season itself. I think it'd be pretty fun to see what you guys think is going to happen. So I'll leave the link in the description. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I shall see you guys later. Thank you for watching.